Ahoy hoy! I have here a brand new Mullard preamp tube, a 12AX7, that I will use for comparing the old 1950s Mullard 12AX7 that I just used in my previous video, where I compared a lot of these kind of tubes, preamp tubes, ECC83, or also called 12AX7. So this is really a brand new Mullard 12AX7. So that will be exciting to see how it stands up against the old vintage 1950s version. So I will use 3 amps for the purpose. I will use the Tweed Deluxe that I used for the big shootout of preamp tubes, and I will also use the Princeton Reverb head that I have, and I will use my Dumble clone, an ODS 50 watts amp. So I will also play that Philips MiniWatt, and I will just use the Tweed amp that I used the last time to see how that feels. Yeah, because I like that tube. But the Mullard from the 1950s and the Philips MiniWatt, also from the 1950s, were clear favorites in the last go I had. Let's play. I noticed from the previous video where I did the massive shootout of preamp tubes that one guy commented that the Philips MiniWatt was the winner. So I remember that was one of the tubes that I liked the most, and it had a kind of breakup between the Mullard and the Telefunken. So it was not as hot as the Mullard, but just below it when it comes to when it goes into breakup. So I put it in again, and I played a little bit now, and I have to say that it's quite impressive. So maybe now that you have the Mullard also freshly in mind, you can hear the difference between them. So here we go. I don't know, this is so hard. I think it's great though. I think that's absolutely a tube I would love to have in that amp. So I now have to negotiate with my brother if I can get a good deal on this tube. I wasn't planning on do too much talking while I was playing, but I just played this before I started the recording with the old Mullard in place, and I just felt that I had to comment on it because immediately it feels different. I really liked the Tungsol that was in there before, but this Mullard, there is something musical about it. It's almost magic. But let's hear it. Let's hear how it goes. I'll do the same procedure with this one. Nice. Let's swap it for the new Mullard, see how that is. It seems very good. It's also very musical tube, if you can call it that. It's inspiring. I feel like I want to play more, so I'm going to do the same routine. Impressive. Maybe it's a bit warmer, so I think it doesn't break up as fast or in the same way as the old Mullard, but they are quite similar. It's of course very difficult to, when you play one thing, turn off the sounds, and some time goes between, and you plug it in again. I can't really recapture the sound that I just played, but I feel that it's similar, and I like the way it feels. It's as I said, it's making me want to play more. It's inspiring. So yes, moving on. Okay, so that was the Electro Harmonix that was in my Princeton, as it was from the day I got it. Now the old Mullard is in V1 of the preamp section, so let's hear what it can do. The first stroke, immediately there's a difference. It's warmer, it's not spiky at all. Yeah, let's just move on. I'll do the same routine. the new Mullard. Okay, new Mullard is in place. Okay, that's a hard one. It's very hard to decide. I think if we talk about the Mullards, this new one against the old vintage one, there's a small difference that I pick up, and that is maybe to do with the way they break up. I think the vintage old one maybe has more kind of sparkle or a different kind of breakup. The new Mullard, it has this more modern kind of tone. It's warmer, more softer around the edges, if you like. I think I would choose the 1950s Mullard if I was to put one in my amp. I hope this is useful for you, or at least that you enjoyed the journey. So till next time, bye for now.